Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
The veteran Jason Myers will get this one started. And off we go from Lumen Field. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Opening carry of the game for Aaron Jones. And he's going to be very close to the first down marker. Out of bounds after a gain of 9.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 1. They run it once more with Jones. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
An early test to start this one. 3rd and inches. Trying to run for the first down with Jones. Trying to drive his way forward. I'm not sure he got there. Going to depend on the mark, but yeah, he's short. Short, and it's 4th down. Now a hit, and he lost the football. Special teams has come up with the recovery.
You know, it's so hard to say what goes wrong on these bad snaps, Mike. You know, sometimes it's mechanics, sometimes it's concentration, sometimes, frankly, it's just bad luck and things go sideways, but he puts a little bit too much juice on it, ends up out of the punter's reach, and now they're heading back to the sideline, knowing they just put their defense in a really bad spot. He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Try again. It's 2nd and 10. Off the bootleg. It's McCarthy. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game. And you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
He'll try and throw it with McCarthy. Nowhere to go. He is taken down. Ernest Jones. He's in there to drop him. And it leads to 4th down. Reichard's kick is good. And the Vikings will take a 3-0 lead.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
Safe kick taken at the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Off the play fake. Here's Darnold. Moving to his right. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Well, fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down.
Quarterback's lucky on that one, Mike, that ball ended up just harmlessly falling to the ground. It was that initial pressure that got to him that forced the errant throw. And fortunately for this offense, that ball didn't end up going the other way.
And he's going to be followed up quickly after a gain of about 1. The big defensive tackle, Javon Hargrave, brings that one to an end. 3rd down and 9. To throw is Darnold. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is fourth down. The Seahawks sending out their punt team. And it's a good solid return as he takes it back up near midfield.
Vikings take over first down 10 at their own 45-yard line.
They'll run it with Jones to begin this drive. And the defense strings him out. He'll fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
We'll try again here. 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's McCarthy. That's caught left side by Hawkinson. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
Great timing and anticipation. The second the tight end's head turned around, the quarterback put the ball on him, and now it's, hey, let's see who wants to tackle this big guy and bring him to the ground.
3rd and 2, and here's McCarthy. And that's going to be intercepted by Tariq Woolen. Oh, big hole left side. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick 6 for touchdown.
So in those one-on-one situations, Mike, so often the quarterbacks love attacking those guys in single coverage. The problem is, if you're not perfect with your ball placement and your timing, and that defensive back gets his hands on the ball, there's no one around to make the tackle. He's off to the races.
After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. Now return coming from the 7. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Throwing here on 1st and 10 is McCarthy. To the right side, he's got Hawkinson, his tight end. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. It's been a busy first quarter for him so far. His 3rd catch goes for a first down. On play action, here's McCarthy. Moving left. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up 2nd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Play action now. It's McCarthy. Oh, he's going to be followed up and taken down. They got him. To Marcus Lawrence. He's able to force the big loss on the sack. And it sets up 3rd and long. The shotgun. It's a throw for McCarthy. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Jordan Addison that time. And it's going to be 4th down. Here's Ryan Wright now. And he's on to punt for the 2nd time in this opening quarter. This brought in out past the 20. Oh, hello. He is stopped in his tracks on that one. They made sure that return was not going any farther. They'll run it for the first time. Here comes Zach Charbonnet. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. Terrific start to this drive. Gain of 23 and a first down.
Well, that's how you get a drive started. A big play here in the run game, and you have to imagine this is something we're going to continue to see. Success early in the drive typically results in success later in the drive.
They'll run here with Walker. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
Well, nothing doing here, and I think you can see pretty early on. Now, while he's trying to remain patient and see if a hole pops, it's just too slow of a developing play. He never gets into the teeth of the defense at all and ends up being taken down for a loss.
We are through one. 7-3 is our score. Greg and I back in the Great Northwest in a moment. Seahawks football beginning this second quarter. They've got it with 2nd down and 13 in front of them. So now a timeout for the Vikings. That is their first. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. Well, here down the field will fall incomplete. Jackson, Smith, and Jigba, the intended receiver. Now it's going to be 3rd down.
Initially, a nice job by the receiver. He actually was open downfield. He was able to get behind the defense, but the window closed up so quickly they couldn't get the ball to him. Prevents the big play.
That's a second charge timeout for Minnesota. It is 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. Taking the deep shot for Smith and Jigba. And he's in! Jackson, Smith, and Jigba. Touchdown, Seattle. His 6th touchdown now for the season. Myers now to add the PAT. His kick is good. And the Seahawks extend their advantage to 14-3. After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. This one taken at the 7. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Off the play fake, it's McCarthy. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a 1st down.
We spent so much time talking about arm strength, and while that certainly has a place in the conversation, look at the touch of this ball, Mike. It's a deep corner out. This ball needs to have the right pace, the right trajectory to not only get it over the second-level defenders, but get that ball down into the hands of his target. He makes it look a lot easier than it actually is. So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional, you become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play. They just have to be more creative with their route concepts, Mike. I mean, there's nobody open, nowhere to go with the ball, and quarterback's just forced to throw that one away. Third and 6.
They'll fake the give, and now it's McCarthy. He'll let this go. Deep for Jefferson. And he's in. Justin Jefferson. Touchdown, Vikings. On now for the extra point. Here's Will Riker. He's got it. And the Vikings are back within 4. It is 14-10. Riker out now, following the touchdown, as he kicks this one away. Corey Horton now to return it. Whoa! And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. On play action, here's Darnold. Taking the deep shot for Smith and Jigba. And this will be incomplete.
I think when that ball left his hand, he had visions of a big play, and then that big play almost got flipped on its head because I think he's lucky that that ball didn't end up going back the other direction because that defender got both hands on it but just couldn't come down with the pick.
And some good blocking at the point of attack. A pick up about 7, and it brings up 3rd down.
It's tough to completely celebrate, Mike, when you don't pick up the first down, but that's a run you will take every single time. I mean, good yardage in a lot of situations, it'll get you the first down, just not here.
And that is incomplete.
So prior to that 3rd down call, Mike, I thought they put themselves in a pretty good situation. At that down and distance, they had run and pass, both at their disposal, but nice job by the defense being up to the task. Force the incomplete, brings up 4th down.
That could have broken for a bigger return, but as it is, nice job getting his offense a start out past the 30-yard line. The drive begins with a carry by Jones. Can he get away? No! He's going to be taken down behind the line.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Again, it's Jones. And he's going to be swallowed up again. Back-to-back runs, back-to-back losses. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, they certainly didn't allow the loss on 1st down, Mike, to scare him out of this run game here on 2nd down. But now after taking a loss on 1st and 2nd, it puts him in a tough spot here coming up on 3rd down.
After losses on the last 2 run plays, they face 3rd down and 14. The pass rush gets hold, and he goes down.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down, and this quarterback's paying the price for it.
To be returned from the other side of midfield. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. drive starts on the ground with Walker. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
He was taken down.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
2nd and 10. Now, Darnold. Taken in right side by Barner. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier. Well, we have an early decision here, Mike. How aggressive does this coach want to be on this 4th down try? I think you got to keep your offense out there. You have a prime opportunity to take the fight to them, extend this drive, and hopefully be able to come away with points.
It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on 4th down. Off the play fake, it's Darnold. Taking the deep shot for Smith and Jigba. That one, Jackson, Smith and Jigba. Touchdown, Seahawks. That is 2nd touchdown of the game. This one number 7 on the year. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start to this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer. Because right now, they don't have one for this guy. After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away.
This taken at the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's McCarthy. He connects with Jordan Addison. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go here till halftime. We're back to Seattle after this. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Aaron Jones that time. And it'll be 3rd down.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
In the middle, and he's got his man complete. And he's going to have the 1st down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
So as the saying in the NFL, Mike, short throw, long catch, and that's exactly what they wanted to go with here. Operate in the quick game, don't stress the protection, and while he didn't get necessarily the big play, he does get enough to move the chains.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. Little play action here with McCarthy. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And it'll be taken down but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line. They're locked in on this drive. Second connection for that pair. This one gaining 22. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. A run. It's Jones. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd down on the Seahawks' 33-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Here's McCarthy. Looking for Jefferson deep downfield. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete. The intended receiver was Justin Jefferson. 3rd down coming up.
All right, so the ball falls incomplete, but I think what it does now, Mike, is it allows you to stop the clock, get in the huddle, take a deep breath, and now your play caller has to give you the best play. Go get points here before the half and try to build something going into halftime.
Over the middle and take it in. He's got it. The Vikings go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in half number 1.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball down.
Oh, huge mistake late in the half. It is intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here at their own 6.
So you find yourself entering the red zone. Mike, it's hard to not start envisioning scoring a touchdown. Well, that interception, it changes everything. This is a huge missed opportunity. You have to capitalize and find a way to hang 6 on the defense.
Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. Little setup, 2nd down. So, 1 half in the books. 2nd half coming up. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the 2nd half is underway. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
We'll go play action with Darnold. Now he'll air one out, and he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
The defense had their sights set on making a big play one way or another. First, it was the initial pressure. They thought they had the quarterback for a sack, but then they get their hands on the ball, and I think if you're this offense walking back into the huddle, Mike, an incomplete pass there, probably the best possible out.
No dice there. He is met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
So the key to these off-tackle style run plays, Mike, is you can't allow penetration. You cannot allow the defenders to get in your backfield, because when they do, the play really has no chance and you end up going backwards.
On 3rd and long, here is Darnold. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a second.
I've been in enough locker rooms in my day, Mike, and pretty much all of the messages are the same. We want to start the 2nd half fast. We want to take the fight to our opponent. Well, snapping the ball inside your own 5-yard line after that sack, I promise you, was not part of the speech. And if they're not careful, we're on the verge of surrendering 2 points here.
Vikings 10.
This is the best starting field position you could ever have. First and goal from the 1. And the fullback trying to power it home. Trying to find a crease in that mass of humanity, but he's going to come up short.
Well, they turn around and they decide to give it to the big fullback this time to try to get it over the goal line, but this defense proves there is not a lot of room to operate down here close.
Here's Hawkinson in motion. Jones. And he's going to go backward, taken down at the 6.
Well, this loss here, Mike, just completely changes your approach this close to the end zone. And I'm sitting up here in the booth trying to come up with an explanation of how do you lose that many yards. And I bet down on the sideline, this coach, he's doing the same thing.
From back at the 6-yard line, what can they do on 3rd and goal? McCarthy from the gun here on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. He was seeking out the veteran Adam Thielen that time. And now it's 4th and goal.
Little miscommunication there. Now brings up 3rd down. It just doesn't appear that the quarterback and the wide receiver were on the same page on that last pass.
So they send in Will Reichert for this field goal try. This is about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Vikings are able to get it back within a score.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
And it'll be brought down past 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Off the bootleg. Here's Darnold. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up 2nd down.
I don't think this lead is insurmountable by any means, Mike, but they're going to have to find a way to take advantage of some of these possessions as they try to close this game out.
On 2nd down, Walker. They converge on him quickly. They'll only get a couple. The big defensive tackle, Javon Hargraves, brings that one to an end. Third, they need 8. Out of the gun, it's Darnold. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there. Makes things difficult defensively, and it sets up 4th down.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but if you know the hit's coming, you've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
26-yard line.
snap on 1st and 10. Able to slip one tackle, but not another. Will be fortunate to get this one back to the line of scrimmage.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage of the game.
To the outside, it's whipped in by Addison. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. A pickup there of 13. First down, Minnesota.
They do a really nice job of picking up the pressure, and that's what allows him to have the time to go through his entire progression. He sees his check down wide open, gets the ball into his hands, and he does the rest.
On first down, here's McCarthy. Finding room at midfield. And he'll be forced out of bounds. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be second down. On the ground now with Jones. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the first down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on third down.
They'll try and throw it with McCarthy. And that is incomplete.
Well, here we find the best laid plans sometimes do go astray. Every offense, Mike, what do they tell us? We want to stay ahead of the chains. We want to stay on schedule. This was a third and very reasonable. Incomplete on that third down try. Now brings up 4th and short.
So they send in Will Reichert for this field goal try. Officially an even 50-yard attempt. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Vikings are back within 5.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4.
A gain of 4 brings up second down at the 33-yard line.
From the 33, here's 2nd and 5. Once again, it's Walker. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
When you look throughout this game, Mike, I don't think there's even a debate. This defensive line has clearly won the battle at the line of scrimmage over this offensive line. And for an offense that wants the run game to be such a critical element to its plan, they've got to do a better job because there's nowhere to run. There's no holes for the back to find. And all these 0 or negative runs are putting them in some really bad spots.
Third down, they need 5. Here's Darnold. Got it with Smith and Jigba. He had 2 touchdowns earlier. Looking to see what he can do here in this second half. That grab gets them a first down.
It just seems like whenever they need a big play on third down, you can almost guarantee that he's someone they're going to try to get the ball to, and certainly easy to see why. Clutch play by everyone involved and keeps the offense on the field.
Off the play fake. Here's Darnold. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. That's Hunt. It's Kenneth Walker. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
A bit of a quick hitter here. And what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
From the 29, here's 2nd and 4. On play action, he'll set up to throw. He'll get this complete to Walker. And they'll move it down to the 11-yard line. He's out of bounds there. 17 yards, the gain there. It's good for a Seahawks first down.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Straight ahead, it's Walker. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
Throwing on 3rd down is Darnold. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack. It's always a little bit of a letdown. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
The return starts from the 5. Now an opening past the 30. And he'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's a throw from McCarthy. A throw behind his man, can't reel it back in. And that'll go down as an incompletion. He was looking for T.J. Hawkinson on that one. And that will lead to a 2nd down.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. And sometimes he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
26 yards.
It's a gain there of 26 yards.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything?
The pressure, too much, and he goes down. Derek Hall in there for the sack. He forced his way through. A loss of 9.
Impressive his technique. It put him in position to not only make the play, but it's that closing speed that's allowed him to finish it off.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Play action now. It's McCarthy. That's caught downfield by Jefferson. He had their lone touchdown of the game earlier, and he comes through with the catch and a first down in this spot.
And it's hardly an exaggeration when I say, Mike, that he's probably one of the most difficult individual assignments in the entire league. It's like playing football against that really good kid in your neighborhood. He's just hard to cover, and plays like this, it just shows how special he can be. He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
That one thrown behind his target, and it'll be incomplete.
Seems like there was some miscommunication that time. They clearly weren't on the same page. That's something that they've got to get on the sideline and get corrected as soon as possible, because I think they just missed out on what could have been a big play.
Long, incomplete. Hubbard standing there, able to jar the ball free in a big spot, and now it is 4th down.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on 3rd down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up 4th down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6?
Touchdown, Minnesota.
Touchdown, Minnesota.
Greg, how often do we say it's a one-possession game, but that's a two-part story? Part one taken care of right there with the touchdown.
All right, Mike, so they go down and they get the all-important touchdown. But only half the time is this truly a one-score game. They need this two-point conversion here to tie it up.
Big spot here for the Vikings. They'll try to add on the two-point conversion. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. So the lead is down to just 2 now in the 4th quarter as they kick it off. This will be returned from the 6. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
On play action, here's Darnold. It'll be Smith and Jigba bringing it in. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
That's good for the Seahawks. First down. First and 10 at the 48.
Off the play fake, it's Darnold. Forced to his right. This one complete downfield to Walker. And he'll take this one in. Kenneth Walker. Touchdown, Seattle. Greg, that's the way to handle it. Up 1, go down the field, get the touchdown, and extend the lead to 7.
Mike, the key for this offense is they were at their best when their best was needed. Being able to extend this lead late in the 4th quarter, they've got to be feeling pretty good about where things stand to close this game out.
After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. This is going to be taken in at the 3. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
McCarthy now to throw on first and 10. That's into the hands of Aaron Jones. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield. a gain of 21 to open this drive.
And it's been this elite pass defense that's made things very challenging for the offense so far, and that's only his first catch of the game. But, you know, sometimes, Mike, it's just that one play that gets you going, so we'll see if that's the case here.
And for a third time today, he's intercepted. Walker. Not much happening there. Just a short gain.
He was brought down by Eric Wilson. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports. After this, here's a 2nd and 9. Keep it on the ground and keep it with Walker. It'll take this ahead for a gain of about 5, and here comes third down.
Harrison Smith on the tackle. That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 4.
The run up the middle, it's Walker. A gain there of 11. First down, Seattle.
It's a gain of 11.
This is the moment in the game, Mike, where it really matters to have a run game. You find yourself winning here late. You want to try to run the clock out and finish with the ball. And boy, do they ever. Give credit to this offensive line and running back. They came through when their team needed them the most.
And this time they are ready for it. Thrown for a loss. And it's second down.
Back at the 48-yard line.
Give to Charbonnet. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So third down, forthcoming. That's a second charge timeout for Minnesota.
It's a gain of 3.
Talk things over before third down.
And 9.
Here's Walker.
You can always tell what a team's decision will be on fourth down, Mike, based on what they do on third down. In this case, unfortunately, they didn't get enough yards on the ground to make that fourth down more manageable. So I think they have to reconsider whether they go for it here.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. They'll come up for 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Time for the deep shot, looking for Thielen. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. It's another big play in a game that's had its share. 38 yards.
Both pre-snap and post-snap, this is about as well done as you can do at the quarterback position. Get in and out of the right call, identifying the holes along the back end, and then the throw. You can't put it in a better spot. I mean, that's just a big-time play. This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up third down.
A great pass rush is like a closer in baseball. When you bring them into the game, it's all but over. That's exactly the case here. It doesn't result necessarily in a sack, but it was the hit that altered the throw just enough to end that play before it started.
No louder place than here in Seattle before third down. McCarthy going to look to throw again. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's fourth down.
So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield.
Here we go. This is 4th down. On 4th down, here's McCarthy. In the middle, and he's got his man complete. And he's going to pick up the Vikings' 1st down. As this defense can't come up with the play they need, they surrender a gain of 17 on 4th down. That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
I know it fell for an incompletion, but pretty impressive. He was able to push that ball really far downfield as he was being hit. Really says a lot about the arm strength that this quarterback has.
Try again. It's 2nd and 10. Throwing again is McCarthy. He's got it at the 7. And he's taken down, but they are in business. This sets up 1st and goal. To the air once more is McCarthy. Flush to his right. And he will wisely just get rid of this one and set up 2nd and goal.
I can guarantee you that interception he threw on the previous drive, that's still in the back of his mind. You got to know when to take a chance, and you got to know when to just throw the ball away and live for the next down.
Now, 2nd and goal. To throw once more, here's McCarthy. And this is going to be a touchdown. Hold everything. They are not done yet. Reichert now to add the extra point. It's up and good. The Vikings will cut it to a 2-point lead.
Vikings 29.
Scored too little, too late. They need a recovery and a miracle here. And he'll be taken down. No timeouts left for the defense. That should do it. Victory formation, defense powerless to stop. And that should just about do it. For the 12th man, a factor here as it's a win for the Seahawks. They bounced back from the loss last week. He'll put in a determined effort to come away with the victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olsen and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Seahawks. As we say, so long from Seattle.
Zombie Nation. Zombie.